Hello and welcome back to More Seduce Me the Otome. I am seriously running out of my own creative taglines right here, right now. So, until further notice, I will leave it here. But anyways, I was gonna do more recording on that last episode because after finishing editing and cutting out all the skip parts that I had, it only came down to like around from my 1 hour ish kind of recording to like a 53 ish so minutes. I was gonna add more because I feel like that's like a lot of like it's a little shorter than what I usually have for each episode. It's like kind of like for these games, but then I realized that like at this point I think there was not going to be that many any more skips because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be different. And so I decided to just leave it there and then just like have another separate episode to continue on and finish it like in one go here then. So I don't have to feel rushed. So that's why the last episode is a little shorter because obviously last episode we started romancing James and we went through everything that kind of led up to the point of like what we did in Damien's route, except this time we helped out in the garden with him for the party. We when we went to make lunch, we went to go find James and we found him in the library. We made out with him in the library. We learned more about how like from him demons don't really like understand the concept of like love other than like lust and like passion or like obsession or something like that. I don't know, I forgot. But yeah, we ended up making out with him because he needed the energy. And then afterwards, I was starting to lose track of like the whole entire like plot line. Oh, right. After we made out, we got kidnapped by Malice. We called James instead. He said James came, and then they probably sent him to like another void or another dimension or some shit. Came back. The boys stayed. Diana showed up again. She told we told her about we told her to the we told her about her to the guys, and then she came to school, hijacked their class, came back, saw their flashback, and their past, a bit of their past, how they came to the human world, a bit how they decided to come to the human world, and then we're back. We fell asleep again. We talked to James this time because James is the one who stood beside us when we were sleeping, and then he showed us another of his mini flashback of like how I guess it's more of an insight on how he has a lot of pressure in becoming the next demon lord and how he's really unhappy about that. And then he also explained to like Hannah how like that life of his was like really stressful and it was really like it wasn't for him, like he didn't like it because all he did was study and stuff like that. And so that's why he decided to come to this human world because he rather just stay with his brother and like care for the ones he loves. And then he goes to leave us again because we're like, you should go sleep. And we're like, fine. But of course, Diana shows up like she did with Damien. And so yeah, I'm gonna see if what's gonna happen here because with Damien, it's his flashback of his mother committing suicide. I wonder what James is all about. So that's where we are now. So let's continue. I suddenly tensed up. I felt majorly uneasy. Something wasn't right. I felt it in my core. She must be here. Yes, she is. The thought of her in the house infuriated me beyond belief. I had to make sure she was not here. Well, she is. You just fully like heard her laugh. Oh wait, I rolled out of bed and quickly left my room, wandering the halls and listening closely. She was a demon, but I was listening very intently. There was no way she would have been able to sneak up on me. She would have, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure she's capable of doing that, okay? I know you're here. Where are you? I could feel myself growl. It wasn't a matter of fear that she'd take away the boys anymore. Her very existence had lit a fire of rage within my gut, which only grew as each day went by. This feud was getting on my nerves, and I knew it would not end well for one of us. Obviously not, and yeah, I'd be pretty fucking like annoyed too. It's like, girl, they said what they wanted to say. They ain't going with you no matter what you do. So you just better just go home. I wasn't going to lose to that demon bitch. Of course not, Hannah. I'm with you, girl.
Diana, what are you doing here?
Oh God. Oh, I gotta eavesdrop. Let's eavesdrop. My heart stopped. Diana was with James. My mind flew into slow motion, playing fake images of Diana trying to seduce James in my head to further fan the angry flame inside of me. I instinctively followed James's voice and approached the study. The door was open just a crack, wide enough to peek in without being noticed. Let's eavesdrop. I peeked inside to see James by the bookshelf with Diana in one of the armchairs looking to him.
Silly man, why do you think I'm here?
She still pissed me off. She still pisses me off. Every screen time she gets, she still pisses me off.
To be fairly honest, I don't really care.
Yeah, he don't care about you.
I'm hurt, wounded, truly. You don't care that I came to this pathetic little world just for you?
Nah, he don't.
I'm sorry, let me make this clear. You are not welcome here, so I suggest leaving.
Yeah, what he said.
Is that any way to speak to your fiancé?
Well, didn't the contract technically didn't go through because they like ran away? Diana wasn't his fiance anymore. Why was she speaking as if the arrangement was still going on? Yeah, exactly.
Our arrangement was broken when I left the Abyssal Plains. You are no longer my fiance.
Good.
What a stubborn man. Just like your father. Well, you should know. He decreed that should you return home, you'll maintain your status and keep your birthright.
Well, he ain't going home because he's in love with me. James would be the heir again? Why? Because, well, technically, they're his only, like, heirs, right? Like, he has 5 sons, and now technically he has no sons. Unless he goes and he, like, bangs some other chick and then make a new heir, then I don't know.
I don't want it.
You don't want it? You'd give up the...
Yeah,
I said I don't want my damned birthright.
Oh, he's getting angry.
What birthright? It's imprisonment, a life sentence. Am I not allowed to be selfish for once in my lifetime?
Damn, he mad! Look what you've done. Oh, well.
It's your reason for your birth. Do you not realize what you have?
Well, he don't care. He made it clear. So, like, you need to back the fuck up. I could feel James's anger emanating from the crack in the door, fighting with Diana's tension. Diana and James were both matched, staring each other down. Death about to go down. Nah.
I know exactly what I had. That's all behind me. I'm done with that. To hell with my birthright.
Yeah. How many times does he have to repeat it to you? God.
To hell with your birthright. You truly think you can decide that?
My God.
You are the first son of the Demon Lord. You are the heir to the throne, and I am your bride, the next Demon Queen.
Well, you can just go about doing this shit by yourself, girl. You don't need no man. You don't need no man to, like, get what you want. Why was Diana so desperate? It irks me to see how desperate she was to get James to return.
Raystrau, you...
Oh! All of a sudden, James ran at Diana and pinned her to the floor by her neck. I felt the need to jump in, but I knew James wasn't trying to do anything romantic. He wouldn't. Nah. Girl, he has his hand on her neck. He about to choke this bitch out. I don't think anything romantic about that. His voice sent shivers down my spine as he continued to speak with his hand at her throat.
And what gives you the right to use my name like that? Only demons of the same blood are permitted to use each other's true names.
Oh.
When our families arranged our marriage, I was given permission to use your name as mine. That's what you are, James. You are my husband. I am your queen. You are my Raystrau. I am your Izeur.
Nah. Not if I say so. I could hear James growling in anger like he was ready to bite Diana's head off like a wolf would a small deer. I felt myself growl quietly to myself as well. However, James pushed himself off the floor and returned to the opposite side of the room, away from the prone Diana.
I do not belong to you. I belong to her.
Yeah! Ah, how romantic.
The human girl? You must be joking. A human like her can't possibly provide you what you need. She's a human. You're a demon.
Wanna try me, bitch? You wanna go? I'ma fucking take you out right now. God. I felt the urge to storm in and shut her mouth. It would give away my position, but I was growing extremely tired of Diana. So was I, Hannah. So am I, Hannah, okay? Like, I understand your feelings, okay? I am just as frustrated as you are, and I would totally be down to smack a bitch, okay? Hold your position, barge in and set her straight. I want to get in here. I want to get in there. I totally want to just bust up in there. Technically this is my house too. So like, dude, technically this is my house, so I have the right. And I ain't no little bitch, okay? I ain't no little bitch. I decided to be assertive and quickly stepped into the room, throwing the door to the study wide open. Diana and James looked at me in surprise as I glared daggers at Diana. Yeah, that's right. What's up, bitch?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Get out.
Well, well, little human. You're awfully nosy in business that doesn't concern you.
Well, this business is happening in my house, so I don't care. Get out. It does concern me. It does concern me, technically. Wow, all these choices. All these choices. Where the hell can I save this? Okay, let's just save it here. Man, I'm gonna get so fucking lost. It does concern me.
Does it? I don't think a human would understand the importance of this affair.
No, because you're talking about my man like that. You don't talk about my man like that. If he don't want to go with you, then he don't want it. If you're asking him to leave to be someone he doesn't want to be, that's not going to happen. Exactly.
Oh? And what makes you so sure about that?
Because I love him. He's free to decide himself. Oh God, I love him. We should do that. Let's be romantic. Cause I motherfucking love him. Diana stared in shock at my exclamation. Was it not what she expected? I didn't care what she expected. I wasn't going to lose the man I had grown to love. Hell yeah.
Love him?
Yeah! The power of love! Hell yeah, motherfucker! Yes, I love him. Diana's lips twitched, the edges curling into an amused smirk as she stared at me.
So what? A human's love isn't enough to understand the situation. A demon can never reciprocate human feeling.
Are you sure? To both of our surprise, however, James stepped forward and put an arm around me, pulling me close to his body. Yeah! Hell yeah, take that, bitch! Take that!
I love her.
Yeah, he do. I saw the confidence Diana had shattered in her eyes as she stared at James at his words. I could see the struggle in her face to try and find some weakness in James, in me, anything.
A demon love a human? Impossible.
Nah. You're looking at it right now.
It's only impossible because you don't have the capability to love. This woman has given so much to shelter me and my brothers and has given me her heart to cherish. I'd rather care for this woman for the rest of my days than spend an eternity on the demon throne. Especially if the queen is you.
Oh, snap. He just got told? Oh, shit. Diana took a step back, physically feeling the sting of James's words in her chest. She had lost. I could see it in her eyes. Diana's eyes grew dull as she glared at me and James. It seemed almost uncharacteristic of her, yet it was something I wasn't surprised to see come from her face. Come on, girl. Just be a big girl and just go conquer your kingdoms by yourself. You can do it. I believe.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
And with that, Diana faded into the ground into a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. She should be. James and I were then left alone, left with the silence of the room. Haha, goddamn, it's kind of awkward. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest, relaxing from the ordeal. James stepped to me and held me gently, surprising me. Hi.
Are you okay?
I'm great! She didn't do shit to me, so whatever. I nodded in response, unable to speak so immediately after being surprised. James let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace. I gently placed my hands around him, returning the embrace slightly. I could hear James' heartbeat. He held me close in his arms, and I felt safe beyond words.
I wasn't lying, you know.
I know. You better not be. I looked up at James, wondering what he meant by what he said. James smiled down at me, moving a strand of my hair from my face to look down at me.
I love you. I love every single fiber of you. Your mind, your body, your soul. You're quite possibly the most interesting woman I have ever met. You always find your way into my mind.
Hee.
You...
Hee. Oh, you. Stop it, you. I stared wide-eyed, blushing like a maniac. Was this real? No way. This couldn't be real. Was James confessing to me? Confessing his love for me? Hell yeah, he is, girl. James gently smiled and caressed my cheek. The warmth of his hand invited me to nuzzle into it, and I closed my eyes. This wasn't a dream. My heart was pounding to the point where I was sure James could hear it. James gently leaned in, closing his eyes. He stopped, however, remaining just a mere torturous inch away from my lips. He wanted me to show my feelings for him. He had left himself open for me to kiss him or leave him empty. Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna kiss him. The power I had was unbelievable. Caress his cheek. Okay, so duh, girl, you'd be such a fucking meanie, bobini if you just leave this man just hanging with just a caress on his cheek after all that he went through. I thought you declared his love for him in front of like the most intimidating woman in the world, and then you're just gonna leave him with a caress on the cheek. Okay, where the hell should I? I'm running out of saves. Anyways. Let's kiss him. I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touching his gingerly. James let out almost a pleasured purr against my lips before wrapping both of his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deepen to a heated height. Are we gonna do it in here? Are we seriously gonna do it in here? My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. James was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. Hell yeah. It was also supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly. Maybe it was the sense of magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. I found myself combing my fingers through James's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. A wiggle French kiss. His tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as the heat of our kiss rose higher and higher. Gently though, Jade slowed the kiss down and pulled away, staring down at me. Ah, here we go. His eyes burned for me, wanting me to melt and buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already. James opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran along his cheeks, he was reduced to shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy though, right? Here we go, you guys. We're gonna do the sexy. Are you horny?
No, I just...
Nah. I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more, but I knew what words would have followed if he continued. He woned me. He woned me. I'm totally ruining this moment for you guys, even though it's supposed to be so romantic and so, sensual, but nah, I ain't about that. I was stunned. Was I that appealing to him? Was his passion really that deep for me? Hell yeah, it is. James gently lifted his head and kissed my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak.
If you don't want to, we don't have to.
You know, the only concern that I have right now is that I still can't get a decent laid in a fucking decent bed. That's what I'm saying. If this is gonna go on and I'm not gonna end up in a bed at all, then what the hell? You guys are just, I don't know. Just whatever. I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. At a moment with an incubus, he was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock and I would enjoy every second of it. Hell yeah. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be innocent. Do I want to give that innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then that what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment. Ah, you know the words. Seduce me, motherfucker. I couldn't believe the two words that came out of my mouth. It made the most sense to tell him yes. I needed him. I wanted him. Are we gonna have the same dialogue? I swear to God. Those two words must have made something in him finally break. Aha. James quickly resumed the kiss with me, to which I eagerly kissed back and pulled him closer to my body. The heat inside my chest was craving his touch, and I needed to deny any space between us. Sexy time. Woo. James lowered a hand and brought one of my legs around his waist as he lowered his other hand to my waist. Oh. Without breaking the kiss, I gripped to his shoulder and jumped off my feet, wrapping both my legs around him and making him hold me up. Oh, damn, Hannah. Damn. His touch kept raising my need for him higher and higher, bringing my mind to the desire that was buried in the back of my mind. Okay, so far, not the same dialogue, which is good. James held me close, kissing me deep and making me moan against his lips. I could feel our bodies sink into the ground, noticing a gentle gold glow penetrate through my closed eyelids. Oh! Yay! Yay! We're in a bedroom! Yay! Oh my god! I'm more happy that we're in the bedroom than we're actually doing it. Oh my god. Yay, James. A+ brownie points. Yeah. Before I could open my eyes, however, I felt our bodies fall into a familiar feeling bed with James landing on top of me. Ooh my. Oh my. Oh shit. I stared up at James as he pulled his face slowly away from mine. His eyes were almost glowing in the dark room, piercing into my soul and making me shiver in anticipation. Ooh. You so nasty. He effortlessly removed my gray sweater and red tie. Red tie? Really? Yeah, girl, your tie ain't. Wait. Never mind. I was getting confused. It was okay. He effortlessly removed his gray sweater and red tie, leaving him in his tightly fitted white button up over me. Oh shit. You know that's hot. I could practically feel the heat of his skin through the thin fabric. However, as he held me, I could slightly feel the shiver of his hands. He was nervous. Oh? Was I his first? Really? Him too? He wasn't going to show it. He wanted me to enjoy this moment, but was afraid of screwing it up. His shivering hands showed me his emotions perfectly. I gently reached up and brought his head down, kissing him once again. I wanted him not to worry. Yeah, ain't nobody gotta worry about that. The pleasure between us would be heavenly, and we'd go through it together. Together forever. I closed my eyes and gave myself to James. Woo! Ah, this is the same thing. Oh well, my body, my mind, my soul, it all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul, it all belonged to me as I gave into his embrace. His fingers in it. His kisses and fingers over my skin were forever engraved themselves into my memory as our passion rose through incredible heights. Our breaths and moans to each other equally sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we would never wish to end. We kept moving, loving, feeling every inch of our bodies until we had enough and I was enveloped in his embrace. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, we held each other in the glow of the aftermath. Oh, hell yeah. I nuzzled my head under James's chin as he held me close.
I love you so much.
Thank you. So do I. I love you too. Just to hear those words come from James's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into a peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I had in days, and I was happy. I had in days, and I was happy. Is Diana gonna show up the second time again? You know, I had love and I had my happiness. My life was simply perfect. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into James's bare chest. I blushed, but looked up to see James still sleeping. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I got laid again, sort of, but in this timeline, just only one time. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to the man I had grown to love with all of my heart. His warm embrace made me feel safe, and as the tender moment we just shared replayed in my head, I couldn't help but smile and snuggle into his chest further. Uncautiously, he held me tighter to his body, giving me more of his warmth. I didn't want to move, but then my core suddenly tightened and made me sit up without waking the man next to me. Ah, there we go. I felt my legs move and bring me to my balcony window, where I opened the glass and stepped out onto the patio. What do you want now? What do you want? I stared wide-eyed at Diana, who sat cross-legged on the railing of my balcony with her glowing red eyes stare upon me. I opened my mouth to object, but Diana stopped me.
Before you get all huffy, I didn't come here to take your precious man away.
Okay, then what the hell do you want?
By the way, how was it exactly? Demons are the best lovers, after all.
It was bomb, okay? Now get on with it. I glared. What do you want, Diana?
Well, I just wanted to see how you truly feel. You know, without him around to influence you.
Okay. What are you talking about?
I'm giving you an opportunity to come clean about these feelings of yours and to give you your salvation.
I still don't follow. What the hell are you going on about? What was Diana up to? This was beyond crazy. Nothing she had done made sense. Why was I still alive at this rate? Why have I now died from all of this? What's keeping you from just killing me and taking them?
You are not worth my time.
Hey, now. I can just beat you up right now. Not worth your time. What are you, afraid something might happen? All at once, I felt my body being lifted into the air and moved over past the railings. Leaving me with nothing but the ground below to threaten me with a collision death. That is so cheating.
Oh, trust me, dear. I'm not afraid to kill you. I can drop you right now and leave your body to rot until the morning, when the boys would find you.
Rude ass motherfucker. I wanted to speak, but the thought of her letting go and letting me fall to my death scared my voice into silence. Diana then chuckled and rolled my body back to the balcony, setting me down gently.
Alas, if I kill you, then the boys would never come with me willingly back to the demon world, and then I'd have to chase them all around the world, or kill them and drag them back. But then their father wouldn't be happy and blah blah blah. Too much work.
Exactly, so don't. Just don't. Diana seemed very business oriented, as if the boys were cargo more than men. It irked me, but she then smiled.
I'm giving you one chance to denounce your love for the demon in your bed, and let me take him and the other boys back to the demon world.
Hell no! What makes you think I'm gonna do that? And why, may I ask, would I do that?
There are so many reasons why, actually. There's the reason that he's a demon and you're a human, so you two can never truly have a happily ever after. Then there's the reason that demons truly do not know how to love, despite what he may proclaim. The list goes on and on.
You're just a hater, Diana, okay? A hater. You don't know shit.
The point is, if you give me the boys, I will promise you eternal happiness.
But I'm already happy with my man. Eternal happiness?
That's right. I have the power to give you anything you desire. Power, men, women, money, fame. Name it, and it's yours. A demon never goes back on their word, and I have the power to obtain anything you wish. Our deal is our contract.
Hell no! I don't need none of that, okay? What do you think do you think I am superficial? Oh, hell no, you don't know me like that, okay? I could only stare in shock. This was a dream. It had to be. However, Diana smiled an almost genuine smile at me, shaking me to the reality of the situation. She would never smile like that.
Don't you wish to be free of your destiny? Your father constantly berating you to become the next CEO of your grandfather's company.
Well, I don't really give a shit about that. How did you... I was almost floored and surprised. How did Diana know all of this? She was a succubus, yes, but how could she know anything beyond sexual desire? She wasn't Damien. Diana chuckled and leaned back against her arms.
Just because I play with hearts and sex doesn't mean I don't know my way around the human mind. You happen to be an open book of information, but I digress.
Still, I'm not taking up with your deal, okay?
I can give you your freedom with ease. It'll be like you were always meant to have it. All I ask is that you hand over the boys. What do you say?
Nah. Nah. Was I seriously being given this choice? The man I love for anything I wanted? A demon like Diana was powerful enough, yes, but did I even want to consider giving up the man I loved? Girl, if you make the choice of doing so, then you're a weak ass bitch. You're a little bitch then. In the end, you're a little bitch. No! Fuck you. She must have been crazier than I thought. I glared. Absolutely not. Diana sighed and stood up onto the railing. What I wasn't expecting was her lifting me into the air. I tried to scream, but my voice suddenly became blocked in silence. What the hell, bitch? What was Diana doing? Diana made me float over to her, and she smirked as we touched noses.
Well, if I can't return home with the boys, I might as well return home with the power to fight back.
Oh, you're gonna fucking molest my face? God. Diana finally leaned in and kissed me. I shut my eyes, feeling the need to bite her lips, but finding no muscle in my face, listening to my mental commands. What did she do to me? Obviously some Jedi demon mind tricks. I didn't want to enjoy it, but every single nerve in my body was flaring in excitement and pleasure as she kissed me. I felt my energy drain slowly, but forcefully from my body. Was she using her magic to force energy out of my body? Yeah. Ouch. It seemed like forever, but finally Diana pulled away from the kiss with a smile and a lick of her lips. She lowered me back onto the patio and chuckled. For some reason, even though nothing seemed to have changed, she looked stronger and powerful. It was almost like looking at a new Diana. Diana then stepped back off the railing, making me catch my breath in my throat. As she took another step away from me, she looked to be simply walking on the night air. Diana smirked at my sudden surprise.
May you never regret your choice, human. If you do, I'll happily come and take it away.
No, go, leave, get out of here. With a flick of her hair, Diana turned and walked away into the night, fading into the darkness like a shadow. I watched her fade away before looking back to the man in my bed. Did I make the right choice? Why do you even question yourself, girl? I thought you wanted this. I thought you were gonna ride or die. Jesus. My heart gave a gentle thump, giving me my answer. I did, and I will never regret it for as long as I live. I walked back inside and gently crawled back into bed within the embrace of the safest arms I knew. I snuggled close to the warmth before closing my eyes. I was happy. Of course you are. The rest of the story can almost be passed over. With Diana gone, my life returned to normal. With school and my friends not remembering what had happened, it was as if magic never ever appeared in my world. One thing was for certain, however, James loved me and I loved him just as much. We had promised our lives to each other and nothing was going to take that away from us, not even time itself. Our love was so powerful, it practically overwhelmed me with joy every time I found him holding me close to every morning. To think a demon ex-prince in love with a human like me, it was unthinkable, unbelievable, it was practically impossible. But it is happening! But it was true. The other boys decided to leave of their own accord. They knew that my future would only need James at my side, so they each decided to start their own lives in the human world. James was heartbroken at first, but understood that he had to let his brothers grow like he did. Besides, James had someone new to care for now. His brothers didn't need him now that he was caring for me. I felt bad as well for being closer to James than the others, but they reassured me that I was okay and they would remain nearby should I ever need them. I was happy for that. They made me promise, however, that I would love James for as long as we lived. That promise was instantly given. Duh! Why would you even ask me that stupid question? But what of my future? Well, we all know that James became CEO. Hell yeah, there you go. Well, it was kind of made for me. Before I graduated, James decided to step into the light of the Anderson Choice Company, and with the help of his demon powers and leadership charisma, he managed to influence not only the entire board but my father as well, not into letting him run for the CEO. I was beyond shocked how James managed to do all that was beyond me, but when the vote was called, James had taken over the company I was destined to have. He vowed to respect the wishes of the CEO and help the company become an even grander company. For a demon, it was simple to make a company grand. My grandfather would have been proud to see how James helped it shine. I was just thinking. That was a pause. I was paused and thinking. I was just wondering if... Did we ever really found out if her grandfather was involved with bringing the guys over? I don't think so. Not in James's route, right? I don't think so. I don't remember. Huh. With the CEO position filled, my father had no choice but to let me decide my future, which made me happy beyond compare. No longer would I have the future scaring me into a corner. I could choose my life on my own. That being said, I was still scared of where the future was going to take me. What did I want to do? Do I want to help with James build a company? Do I want to help James build a company, or did I want to venture off on my own? James reassured me that he would support me and help me through whatever I decided to do, promising that I came first before the company he had come to reign over. I was grateful and would never forget that promise. I was happy and nothing could shake me down from that happiness. Did I get his true ending? Hopefully I did. One night, a good couple of years after the boys and I had met, I had a moment to myself, so I sat in my room and took in all that had happened as if it was all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic, it was... Why does this sentence always fuck me over? Like, I swear to God, like, this happened, like, at least 3 times already. It all was surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have all been a dream. It could have been all a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had, all real, all real. I smiled as I held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm like on cloud nine. I looked up from my lap to see James standing at the doorway, cross-armed with a playfully raised eyebrow. I smiled and blushed a bit. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just remembering how we met and such.
Were you now?
Yeah, and all the shit I had to go through. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. James smiled and walked over to me, gently taking my hands and kissing over the knuckles sweetly.
Come, I have a surprise for you.
Do you? What did you do? I raised an eyebrow. A surprise? What the heck was he plotting? James simply chuckled and kissed my forehead.
I promise you'll love it.
Okay. Deciding to go along with it, I nodded and stood up. James gently took my arm under his and let me out of my bedroom. I stared in shock at the path of golden rose petals lining the floor, creating a path away from my door. James led me down the golden rose path as if this was all part of his plan. Oh my, so romantic. How romantic. James, what is going on? Yeah, what the hell are you leading me? Oh? James didn't answer. He continued to lead me down the stairs of the lobby where the path wound into the dining room. I stared in shock as I saw the table set with candles and a large bouquet of golden roses decorating the middle. Ah, we're going to have a romantic candlelit dinner? Oh my god! Oh, you. James, I feel sorta underdressed, you know? Well, personally, I think you're overdressed for the occasion.
There's nothing wrong with how you look now. You're beautiful no matter what clothes you are in.
Oh. I couldn't help but let a red blush paint my face, making James chuckle once again. He led me to my seat where I was greeted with a plate of shrimp pesto on the table. Ah ha ha! Shrimp pesto! James!
Remember what that is?
Duh! Freaking first dish I ever ate from you. Of course, that, sir, is a shrimp pesto dish. James laughed and smiled. I smiled up at him, feeling nostalgia run over my heart. Giddy happiness bubbled as I looked up at the man I had loved. You made it when we first met, when you and your brothers were apologizing for getting blood in the lobby.
Well, it was more than that we had to apologize for, but that was the gist of it, yes.
Yeah. You broke into, yeah, I was like, whatever, okay. How could I forget? What's this all about? Yeah. Did I miss like our anniversary? Is that it? James gently bent forward and kissed my forehead sweetly, making me giggle slightly.
You are such a wonderful woman. I can't believe that I can love someone this much. You have changed my whole world, and now you have become my everything. I practically get scared waking up every morning in case this is all just a blissful dream.
Oh, you. Stop it, you. James. Swoons. Before I could speak further, James gently placed his finger on my lips, hushing me before he caressed my cheek. I nuzzled into his hand, almost purring at the feel of the warmth against my cheek.
I love you, and I will never stop loving you. No matter what comes our way, I promise to be there for you as long as time keeps moving.
Ah.
I want to be yours forever.
Yeah, so do I. What? Oh, shit! No fucking way. Oh my god, so this is what it's all about. Oh my god. You sly dog, you. Before I could realize what was going on, James slowly got down on one knee beside me and took out a small black box. He lifted the top to reveal a beautiful ring with a purple gem crowned with gold and purple embellishments. Damn, son! I stared, my mind instantly freezing in surprise at the sight. I felt my eyes water at the immense feelings bursting inside my chest.
Will you, Miss Anderson, marry me?
Duh! Obviously I will. I was speechless. I felt myself break and start to weep in joy. Was this happening? This had to be a dream. I mentally begged every single deity in the sky to never wake me up if that was the case. I'm gonna marry the piss out of you. I fought my tears trying to speak to answer his question. I didn't want to leave him in the dark, and I didn't want him to be on the ground for long. Yes, I will. I stood up crying and jumping in joy as James smiled, the biggest smile I had ever seen on his face, and slid the ring onto my ring finger. As it finally ended its upward journey at the crevice of my finger, James stood up and took me into his arms, kissing me and stealing my words. I had gained the heart of a demon, no, of a man I loved. I vowed to cherish him and love him for the remainder of my days and beyond. Could a demon love a human forever? I knew James would. And that was my happily ever after. Yay! That was his true ending! James' proposal. I wonder if we were not gonna get this proposal ending if we didn't do his true ending. I'm gonna find out. New password unlock demon war. Okay, I already got that already, so. Okay, so yay! We got James's true ending on the first run. So obviously I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna like experiment and play around with stuff and see where that would take me and if there was any other kind of endings that would be different. I'm pretty sure it would just be a little bit slightly different from the true ending that we got, but I just want to see how it went down then. Okay, so basically we barged in, we're back here with the whole argument, we barged in, and we barged in during the argument, and and Diana was saying this doesn't concern you, and instead of saying it does concern me, we said instead, I don't care, get out. So that was what happened. So Diana looked at me with a small bark of a laugh, crossing her arms and raising an eyebrow.
So, James, this is the woman you truly wish to be with? I have to say, I'm disappointed. She's truly a pathetic human.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This is for science. James stepped forward before I could step forward to shut her mouth, placing an arm in front of me.
I'm not looking for approval. I will live my life how I please. Now, leave.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out.
Fine. I will. This has been a waste of my time anyway.
Good. So leave. A familiar purple pentagram appeared underneath Diana as she gently flipped her hair back behind her.
Call me out when you want a real woman who can give you love.
Like hell you can. With that, Diana sank into the ground and disappeared from the room, leaving me and James alone. Okay, so skip on ahead. I wasn't sure what to do. All of this was spinning in my head in circles before I decided to simply look up at the man holding me. Okay, so what's happening here? Whoops. James smiled back happily in response. James gently leaned in and kissed my forehead before slightly pulling away from the embrace.
Come, you need to rest still.
Okay, so he's gonna push me off and see like you need to go back to bed. James then wrapped an arm around my shoulder and lowered his other arm around. Then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm underneath my knee. I easily held onto him as he lifted me up like a blushing bride and carried me out of the room towards my room. James was kind enough to know my mind and would not force the issue no matter what. He was too sweet and I didn't deserve his kindness. Okay, so we're back in bed. James gently lowered me to my bed before petting my head with a loving smile. I was beaming in happiness. As James kissed my forehead and turned to leave, I slowly sank into the covers, relaxing. The sound of footsteps echoed before finally I was alone. I rested my head against the pillows, enjoying the cool they provided as I closed my eyes. I'll be ready when I'm ready. Will it be soon? Who knew? All I knew at that moment was that I made a choice I felt was right. Oh?
I will not leave
Okay.
here empty-handed.
The same shit where she comes in, she takes our energy, and then she kind of fucking leaves us. And I think that's where the story continues, where it's like, okay, that's how my story kind of ended. So yeah, I tried to open my eyes at the sound, but I felt my eyes remained shut. I instinctively wanted to move, but my body felt frozen. What was Diana doing? I don't know. I don't want to read all this. This is basically the same shit that happened in Damien's route, where if we didn't follow him, I think, if we didn't follow him to the hot spring, or something around that kind of timeline, and we went back to bed, and then Diana shows up, takes our energy, and then just kind of fucking leaves us. So yeah, that was basically that. Okay, so we skipped on ahead where after Diana took our energy and then just kind of left us in our sleep, and then Hannah went on about her monologue of how like James and her are together, and he took over the company. The other brothers left, but they would be nearby if they needed her. Then you know, James still loved her, and then all that shenanigans and shit. Like it happened. The same dialogue was basically the same as Damien, except it was placed like James' name. So instead of it was at night, we have one morning. I woke up and took in all that had happened as if it were all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic. It was surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have all been a dream. My fears vanished, however, as a knock appeared at my bedroom door. Come in. Hey, the door opened to reveal James with a small tray of food for me. A vase with a golden rose sat beside a hot plate of pancakes, eggs, and bacon, decorating my breakfast beautifully.
Good morning.
Good morning. I simply smiled. It wasn't a dream. I still had James. I still felt the magic in the air around me. I wasn't alone. James walked over and placed a tray on the bed across my legs.
I hope you had a good sleep.
Of course I did. I did. I had a dream about everything that happened to us.
Oh? What do you remember?
Everything. Everything. How we met, how you cared for me, everything. It almost made me believe it was all a dream. James smiled at me and got on one knee beside the bed, taking one of my hands in his. What?
If this was all a dream, may we never wake up.
Yeah. Okay. James gently kissed my hand, making my heart flutter slightly. His devotion to me was beyond my imagination. That was my happily ever after. Okay, there we go. That was our other ending with James instead of his true ending where he actually proposes to us. I still want to know what would happen if I said another answer because wait, where was I? So we're back here again. We're back here again. So we barge in. This time I said it does concern me, and then the other choice I would have leaned towards also that would have made sense is that he's free to decide on himself. So we're gonna say that and we'll see where that takes us. I wasn't about to lose this battle of wits. He is not a slave to his duty. He can do as he pleases, and that's that. Now will you stop being so selfish and leave him alone? Diana stared at me as if I had slapped her hard in the cheek. I had bruised her pride and she was no longer hiding it. However, she didn't get angry. She seemed to have an emotion I couldn't recognize.
A tongue of ice, even when faced with danger.
Yeah, you jealous? Diana looked to James, who kept his position behind me. I glared at Diana harder.
I can see why you like her so much. Are you truly certain you want to choose this human over me?
Well, I'm more fiercer than you are, so I'm pretty sure he will.
Yes. I am certain.
See? What'd I say? Diana kept silent for a moment, staring at me and James in thought. I could tell she was looking for some leeway to win, but there was none. Her face grew almost solemn.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
Okay, so she kind of left after that. kind of just left. Okay. And with that, Diana faded into the ground, into a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. James and I were then left alone, left with the silence of the room. I finally let out the air I unconsciously... Okay, so that leads up to the whole making out and the sexy time. I kind of want to... You know what? Let's... Wait, okay, so it led up to that point, but it also led up to just him just kind of putting us back into bed. Okay, so that wasn't the true ending either, and it kind of... Yeah, okay. So I guess there was only two endings for all the guys. It's just that slightly altered version of a happily ever after quote quote, and then the true ending. So I guess that concludes James' route. I don't know. No. I wanna push this even further. Okay, so we're back here again, except I skipped on a little bit ahead. I did all the right answers leading up to the point whether or not we wanted to continue this little tryst here. And instead of saying seduce me, which I didn't do for Damien's route, which I should have done it. I should have done it just to see. But let's say hold me instead of seduce me and just see where that would take us. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna do it, but I just wanna see. So, hold me. I wasn't ready, but I still wanted to give him the love he wanted. Holding me close was all I needed, all I wanted. A part of me grew fearful of what James would think. Would he hate me? Would he regret giving me his love? So many stories ended when sex wasn't given, and I didn't want the story to end. Okay. James, however, smiled and caressed my cheek happily in response, nodding in understanding. I could tell that he was okay with my decision, which made my heart flutter. Ah, see, he's so understanding. James gently leaned in and kissed my lips once again, wanting both of us to cool down from our passionate high. I kissed back sweetly, feeling the heat in my chest die out peacefully. James pulled away slowly, looking into my eyes to reveal a deep love that haunted his gold irises.
Come, you need to rest. Still.
Okay, let's go. Let's just go to bed together. Let's just cuddle. James then wrapped an arm around my shoulders and lowered his other arm underneath my knee. I easily held onto him as he lifted me up like a blushing bride and carried me out of the room towards my room. James was kind enough to know my limits, and I trusted him to respect my choice. He wouldn't enthrall me to go against my wishes, nor would he force himself on me. He was perfect. Perfect! James gently lowered me to my bed before petting my head with a loving smile. I was beaming in happiness. I didn't want it to end. As James kissed my forehead and turned to leave, I quickly grabbed his arm. Wait. Cuddle with me! James froze and looked back at me, awaiting my next command. He was going to obey no matter what I said, but he was anticipating what I was going to ask. I could see it in his eyes. However, I just wanted him to be with me a little longer. I didn't want to rest alone. Hold me! Hold my hand! I repeated my words, holding another meaning to those two words. Was he okay with what I wanted? It was so close to what he had asked for, but it wasn't going beyond what I desired. James took in my words and smiled, nodding before turning back to me and sliding into bed with me. I was surprised, but I happily melted into James's arms as they wrapped themselves around my body. I rested my head against James's chest, enjoying the warmth it provided as I closed my eyes. He truly loved me as I loved him. Yeah, there we go. That was basically it. My rest with him was as peaceful as could be. The best sleep I had in days. When I opened my eyes, I felt James still holding me, but he had fallen asleep. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. Okay, so that's basically what happened if we didn't do the sexy time. Ah, so sweet, so sweet. And yeah, I guess now we can finally conclude James's route. We are done. Wow, that was really fast. Maybe because I skipped a lot in the beginning stages of like romancing, and I guess it was basically the same up until the point where it was after we get the flashback, and then it slightly changes, but it still kind of carried the same formula-ish, same pattern. So yeah, there we go. We got our James route and our true ending with him on the first go. We saw everything else that could be a possibility. I'm pretty sure if for Damien's route, if we had said hold me, I'm pretty sure he would have just taken us back into bed and just cuddled with us the same way that like James had done. So yeah, so next episode I'm gonna do for who did I decide? Oh, I think it was Matthew that I was gonna do. Okay, so next episode for Seduce Me, since we're not done romancing other guys yet, we're gonna move on to Matthew's route and see what that's all about. So until next time then, bye!